current champions. And you know what? We're gonna play a fun little game with these current champions. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's getting so.
So bright.
Uh, yeah. So here's the 19. We're going to discuss WWE, AEW, and NXT current champions and rank them in order from best to worst. Now I'll tell you what, you probably can't see this dry erase board, so we're probably just gonna put the ranking up here on the screen. This is here right now. This is editors, do your job, because this is what we paid you for. He's the editor usually for
And
these
I'm not
things.
getting paid. Not a cent.
But, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the 19 best, or ranking the 19 current champions that we have. Play a little fun game with this, and we have to agree on the ranking. Once we put a superstar or wrestler on that ranking, we can't move them until the very end.
Yep.
Once he or she is there, they are there.
They are officially on that board.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess first we're gonna start off with WWE. And well, going WWE, I don't know if you know the world champion.
Kinda only had the title for like 800 plus days.
Big dog! Roman Reigns, who is here.
The head of the table, the tribal chief.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I went on a huge rant. I think I did the first episode. So if you're a big Restless podcast fan, you might remember how I went on this rant about how I hated how that whole Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar situation came out.
Yeah.
Um, the winner takes all match. I thought that was stupid. I thought most people thought that was stupid. But I'll tell you what, Roman Reigns is world champion, even though he has captive of both belts. I think he's the best world champion we have in professional wrestling today.
He is definitely the number one guy in wrestling. He's the face of wrestling right now.
Mm,
So it's kinda easy to put him at number 1.
Yeah, looking at making, I don't know, appearances on Jimmy Fallon
Yeah.
and being number one on Pro Wrestling Illustrated. So you know what? We're gonna write down Roman Reigns up here for number one. This is mostly for reference, by the way. And if you're on Spotify, you're probably confused as fuck. But there's a dry erase board behind us right now, and it's filled from 1 through 19 because that's the amount of champions that are in AEW, WWE, and NXT. So number one, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Keep him entertained.
Wow. This guy is about to, I believe, main event his 8th WrestleMania. How crazy is that? This man has literally like he main evented 4 WrestleManias in a row. 31, 32, 33, and 34. And
I lost the dry erase marker.
oh no. I feel bad for like the, the audio listeners. They're just yeah. So Roman Reigns head of the table. He's about to. We're currently filming this, I believe, February 8th. So 10 days away from the Elimination Chamber, he's about to face Sami Zayn for the undisputed heavyweight Universal Championship. Um, Most likely he's gonna retain and face Cody at Mania. But wow, Roman Reigns, another WrestleMania main event, 2 in a row now. Maybe he'll
Unless
WrestleMania.
Sami Zayn defeats him.
Maybe he'll main event 40. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what. Yeah, Roman Reigns has done so much with his world title. I mean, he's beaten the likes of Edge. He's beaten the likes of Daniel Bryan. He's beaten Bray Wyatt. He's beaten Braun Strowman, Rey Mysterio, John Cena,
Everybody,
Brock Lesnar.
the whole SmackDown roster, and some of the Raw guys.
But he has never beaten Seth
Has
Rollins.
not.
He has never ever beaten Seth Rollins. I mean, I feel like every single match, or not every single match, but there's a lot of Roman Reigns matches during this world title reign that really demonstrates how amazing he is in ring. I mean, you've seen his matches with Logan Paul. I mean, I feel like Logan Paul also takes credit for that too, but he was a big part in helping that match become such a success that it was
For
a
sure.
match of
That
the year
match was
candidate.
amazing.
You have great matches with Cesaro, the Daniel Bryan Edge triple threat, the
Great match.
Brock Lesnar Last Man Standing, the Drew McIntyre Clash at the Castle. All of those match of the year contenders.
For sure. And with all of those, you cannot deny Roman Reigns' greatness and as the number one guy, as the number one champion in all of sports entertainment.
Every time Roman Reigns wrestles, it means something.
So,
Every time he appears on the show, it means something. Even though I'm not a big fan of his part-time schedule, I can respect his mic ring from even 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, 5 years ago, has drastically improved.
He's
Improved.
elevated to a whole new
He's
level.
on God mode now, like he says. I mean, he is probably one of the best things about wrestling. The whole bloodline, Sami Zayn storyline, one of my favorite storylines within the past, I don't know, decade. One of my favorites. I mean, I'm pretty sure one of the best during this whole era, post pandemic, especially. Um, I feel like everything Roman has done. I mean, remember that one time when when Austin Theory tried to confront him, and then Roman Reigns was like, "Your daddy's not here no
Just
more."
bitched him out in front of Madison Square Garden.
Honestly, and he's like, and everyone was chanting, "Who's your daddy?" And he's like, "I'll tell you who's gonna be his daddy. The tribal chief's gonna be his daddy if he keeps messing around." Like, I mean,
Yeah,
damn, bro. Like,
cannot deny Roman.
Roman's cold. I mean, the heel Roman was what we needed. And the heel
Exactly,
Roman is what we got. And the heel Roman is going to live on for the rest of professional wrestling history as one of the best wrestlers to ever step foot in WWE.
for sure. He's elevated himself into the top of the game. When you talk about the greatest of all time, people are now mentioning him. Obviously, fans of this generation mostly. I don't think he's there yet as the greatest of all time,
I mean,
but he's the greatest right now.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, world champion number one are currently Roman Reigns is going to be number one on our list for best current champion. At least in the realms of WWE, NXT, and AEW. So
Mhm.
we're gonna move on to our next champion, who is the Raw Women's Champion,
Ooh,
Bianca Belair.
it's getting a little stale now.
Yes.
The reign is getting a little stale. Her match at Mania with Becky Lynch was amazing, but after that, her SummerSlam match with Becky was awesome too. But unfortunately, when it comes to booking women's matches, women's storylines, there's not much of a story involved at all.
Yeah, and it's not the women's fault. It's just booking's fault usually. I mean, there was good story when Damage Control came around.
Hmm.
That was some. I like that. I liked when Damage Control first debuted at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I
just didn't
like
like what they did with it with the Alexa Asuka like
like
6-man
it
tag.
was all right. Like the. I mean, I feel like
Decent.
I don't even know if Bailey and Bianca really had a Raw Women's Championship on a pay-per-view.
They did in Saudi. They did the last woman standing match.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah.
See that it's not
They also had a ladder match, I think on Raw.
yeah, they had one at Raw and it just isn't very memorable. I feel like the ending of that whole feud is just very abrupt.
Yeah.
That I feel like Becky Lynch just came out of nowhere and started feuding with Damage Control. I'm it's and that's the problem with any championship. Like you look at Kofi Kingston's WWE championship when it's you can make one of the best moments when it comes to winning a championship. What's hard is making that championship matter after you win it. You can
Exactly.
have one great moment like Kofi Mania. The rest of the championship reign was a bit lame. Big E cashing in, same thing. Or I had one in my head, but you can have huge moments. And oh, Daniel Bryan. Whoa. Daniel Bryan winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 30. It was great, but then injuries got him, and then the whole reign was kind of just fell flat.
A little unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. I mean,
Where should we put Bianca though on this list?
mm,
I'm gonna knowing all the champions, AEW and NXT, I
like,
think she's falling into 10 to 20 range. Would you agree with that? Or 10 to 19 range?
I mean, let me see. Yeah, I'd say she's probably smack down in the middle, maybe a bit less. But I'm probably gonna give her a 10 on
Oh,
the spot.
you know what? I can agree with that. I was thinking more like 12, 13,
I
but
I feel like I don't know, her match with Becky was amazing.
one of the best.
And SummerSlam, it was pretty decent as well.
Really good.
Um, so I'm gonna go with number 10. Very sadly, a reign that I probably won't remember for the next few years. Um, but I'll put Bianca, maybe Bianca at 11. We can always
We'll
switch
meet
it
in the
up.
middle and put Bianca at 11.
Yeah, let's do it.
Obviously, the women's elimination chamber is happening to find out who will face Bianca at Mania. Most likely, in my opinion, it will be Asuka, and I think Asuka and Bianca will tear the house down. Especially now that we got scary Asuka back. Bianca, in my opinion, is one of the best in-ring performers. Her promo is pretty decent, so I just wish they were able to do something a little bit more with her. Because she deserves it.
So Jake's getting a lid.
Jake is getting a lid because he dropped the marker cap and he's across the room, and now he's coming back.
I'm back.
What's the
Oh,
what's the next champion on
the
the list?
next champion who is going to be seen pictured here. I'm going to give you a lot of editing to do.
For real, man. Screw you.
It's Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's
Oh,
Champion.
this is interesting. She became champion pretty recently.
Yes, and by the way, we're talking about we're talking about the current reigns of these
Yes.
champions. We're not talking about the past reigns. We're not talking about Roman Reigns' 2016 WWE Championship run. That fucking was mediocre with a
Yes.
couple good matches. We're talking about current reigns,
Only right now. What have they done with the belt they're currently holding?
and Flair hasn't done much.
She's only pretty much faced Sonya Deville on a couple matches on SmackDown, and I think one on Raw. No, I think that was Bianca versus Sonya. But pretty
I mean,
interesting what they're gonna do with Rhea and Charlotte, but nothing yet.
yeah, as of recording, Rhea Ripley has won the Royal Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble, and has challenged Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I feel like that's gonna be a hell of a match. They faced off before, right, for the NXT Women's
I
Championship.
think on our first episode, I predicted Rhea winning and facing Charlotte instead of Bianca, and like I mentioned on there, like the story is already there.
Yeah.
Rhea lost the NXT Championship to Charlotte at WrestleMania 36. This is Rhea's moment for revenge.
So
She's
this,
coming back
so this is for you big Restless fans on episode 3, if you recall from episode 1. But
way back.
way back 2 weeks ago. But yeah, Charlotte Flair. I mean, again, she's won it for about a month or 2,
Yeah,
right? I mean, she hasn't done much with it. I kind of forgot she was champion, but she's gonna do it way better wonders with it than Ronda Rousey could have,
for
who
sure.
is the previous champion. Who, if she was still champion, she'd probably be at number 18. But when it comes to Charlotte Flair, I don't know. She hasn't done much with it yet. There's not
Yeah.
much to really
So
say from it. But I feel like there's so many champions that I can say the same thing for, that she's not in the
yeah.
bottom, but she's down there.
Now that it's February 8th and NXT Vengeance Day just passed, there's so many new champions who haven't done
Yeah.
really anything yet because it's only been like 3-4 days.
Yeah.
I think I'll have to put Charlotte at 15.
14. 'Cause I feel like there's gonna be 5 people.
Worse than that? I don't know.
Yeah. Or we could do 15, I
I
guess.
I, I like 15 as a solid number. I think we're gonna like the list we're gonna make.
Okay.
15 it is. Charlotte Flair going to number 15. It's weird to see Charlotte as a face because she's kind of naturally not likable and she has heelish tendencies. Even her promos as a face like kind of just make her sound like a bad person. I'm excited to see what she does with Rhea at Mania though.
Also, that's kind of funny considering the fact that the first time she made it into WWE, she was a face, and it made sense. But now, yeah, you're right. It's weird seeing her as a face.
For sure. She's not someone who can naturally fit that role.
Yeah.
I think her first week as champion, when the ref gave her the belt, she like snatched it away because she's used to it, and then she like apologized because she was like she forgot she was supposed to be a face.
I gotta say, I mean, remember when they tried to make Jeff Hardy heel? That was for
Oh,
like
like
2 weeks or
like
something.
really early, right? In his
Yeah,
yeah, when he
and then
turned.
it just didn't
Nah,
work.
nah.
I keep dropping these markers.
No one can boo Jeff Hardy.
All of Spotify is just gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" It's just a bunch of me dropping
Why does that dude
markers.
keep getting up?
Well, why do I keep hearing this guy stand up? It's my markers keep falling. Anyways, yeah, in this dry erase board that you probably don't see, but we can see because we use this as a reference.
Yes,
Number 15 is Charlotte Flair. Number 11 is Bianca Belair, and number 1 is Roman Reigns. Now
yes,
we're gonna
sir.
talk about our next champions, who is gonna be the Intercontinental
Ooh,
Champion.
I love this championship reign so far, and I love this champion. He just went for 72 minutes in the Royal Rumble.
World record, unless you
World
count
record.
Daniel Bryan, but we're talking about traditional Royal
We
Rumbles.
don't include greatest Royal Rumble here.
Even though it was the greatest Royal Rumble. Have you seen that? I'm shocked they didn't get Yokozuna in it.
I know they asked for him. Where was he?
Where was Yokozuna?
Where was Owen Hart? They asked for Owen Hart too.
Where was Owen Hart and Yokozuna? But
Unfortunately, we don't count that. But Gunther is doing amazing things on SmackDown with Imperium as
oh my
current. He's
god.
undefeated on the main roster. This
Is he actually?
man has not lost yet. Man has not lost a match.
Singles match
A
at
singles
least.
match. Yeah, he's not lost a singles match.
Because I remember he lost against Brawling Brutes at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view.
The 6-man?
Yeah, Donnybrook.
Yeah,
But
the Donnybrook match, yeah.
I think, yeah, unless there's disqualification somewhere. But I don't remember the last time he got pinned or
Nope, has not lost a singles match on SmackDown nor
you
pay-per-view,
know what that means? I really want to see an Imperium versus Bloodline, but I doubt we're gonna see that.
maybe down the line.
Maybe down the line,
Maybe after Roman loses the
but I
titles,
don't
but
think I think Roman's gonna take a break after he loses.
for
So
sure. That break.
We'll see
He
what
deserves it.
happens. Gunther versus Roman Reigns though, champion v champion. That should be like a special
Ooh,
match right there.
yeah,
Ooh, I remember when I saw Gunther v Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble, that little showdown.
yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah,
And the WWE did a good job of making both guys not seem weak during that altercation.
for sure. I love everything Gunther has done during his current reign, especially that banger of a match at Clash at the Castle versus Sheamus. Oh,
Ah.
man, what a special match.
Oh, the more we talk about Gunther, the more I wanna, like, put him at, like, number 1.
I kinda have him in my top 5.
He definitely maybe even top 3.
Ooh, oh,
Think about
oh.
it. That
I think he's number 2.
he's brought so much prestige to the IC title after years
Yeah,
of nothingness.
I think he's number 2.
That's ah,
Remember when
that's
Ricochet
good.
clipped him in the head with the steel chair
Oh,
in
man, yeah.
SmackDown, and
I
he was, like, bleeding?
I
Oh,
wanna hear I want that payback so
I
bad.
want the receipt.
I want
I
the
wanna see the
receipt that
receipt.
oh.
Yeah, but for me, I think we can agree Gunther number 2?
Number 3, we'll play it safe.
Ooh, okay.
'Cause
I
maybe there's number 2. I mean, not that I know of right now. Maybe you're right. No, actually, hear me out. Number 3.
okay. Imma
Trust me.
Imma let you slide on that. Number 3 is the move.
And we can always change this.
Okay.
But number 3, Gunther, entertain them with more
Yeah,
Gunther.
obviously, we're doing this on the fly. We're just making the list. We're just riffing. We'll after the list is completely done, we'll try to move it around to make the perfect list. But in my opinion, I wouldn't be mad at Gunther at number 2 because what he has done is amazing. I love the feud he did with Ricochet. I love what he's doing with Imperium. I love that Imperium's back together.
I mean,
Uh,
you
yeah.
you'll understand why I might debate you with Gunther as number 2. We'll talk about it. But number 1, Roman Reigns. Number 3, Gunther. Number 11, Bianca Belair. And number 15, Charlotte Flair.
Mhm.
We're gonna go with Austin Theory as the United States champion now. What do you think about that?
I love it.
It's
I
good.
love it.
The now
He's
he ended that selfie gimmick, which I didn't hate actually.
yeah, I didn't hate it.
It was obnoxious and I liked
Yeah,
it.
I think both me and Jake saw that like a big complaint with the new heel is that he's so generic. But I'm gonna be
He's
honest, I
not.
just love it. I love that he's finally matured and that he's able to take on guys like Seth Rollins, like Bobby Lashley,
Yeah,
and he seems legit.
yeah, he can go against a beast like Bobby Lashley and not seem like a bitch. It's just like
Exactly.
he actually seems cool. And like he's not like getting bitched out by Roman like, "Yo, daddy's not here no more." He's
Exactly.
with that stupid pouty, baby face he
Yeah.
has. Now he grown out his beard a little,
A little too much in my opinion. He needs to kind of trim that down. It's looking a little scraggly.
Just, that's why I shaved my beard. It was looking
Yeah.
scrag or
If
trimmed it.
obviously the diehard Restless fans
Or
will
no,
will see Jake's
Spotify
transitions on
the
his beard.
Spotify listeners would can visualize my beard.
They can hear the audio quality change because of the beard.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or I can't just rub my beard against the mic anymore.
You
But
were doing that?
yeah.
Alright, remind me to clean the mics.
But yeah, Austin Theory, man. I mean,
I
now
like it.
he's not even Theory anymore. His first reign was all right. Like it was the best US title reign we've had. Um our Theory to his first reign because they didn't give a shit about the US
I
title
didn't
for
give
a
a shit
bit.
about Finn Balor
They no
putting
Damien Priest's was
Yeah,
better.
he was
That's a
good.
lie. Yeah.
It was good, but I like Theory's first run with it, and now he's Austin
Now
Theory
he's
again.
now he's now it's better.
Yeah, it's great. I love actually that triple threat match for the
Yeah, I was gonna
title.
mention it with
Yeah,
Lashley and Rollins.
that was awesome.
And it's great to see this rivalry that he has with Rollins and Lashley still, mostly Rollins, and I can't wait to see what comes up in this Elimination Chamber match, which will probably bring
Yes.
even more prestige to this championship.
For sure, the first time the United States Championship is being defended in an elimination
Ah,
chamber, and
yeah,
I think
first
it's such a
time.
great move by booking.
And
Uh,
it has a bunch of great competitors who all stand a fair chance of winning this thing. Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano,
Bronson Reed,
Bronson Reed, and Montez Ford.
I love
Ev-
that Montez Ford finally.
Everyone has a possibility to win. This, I mean, Bronson, we maybe not.
Maybe we'll see. That's the thing. We just don't know. We
I
don't know where this is gonna
This can
go.
go either way, man, or Austin Theory can keep it,
He can.
honestly.
Every
Yeah.
competitor has a great chance of winning.
What if Austin Theory wins and it's a ladder match for United States Championship at WrestleMania?
Ooh.
That'd be it.
I
I'd
I
rather have that with the IC Championship though, for some reason, because
I don't know.
like
I
a
wanna see.
Razor Ramon Memorial Intercontinental Championship
I like that
match.
idea, but I actually love the idea of Gunther having a banger one-on-one match at Mania.
Brock Lesnar was the rumor mill.
I don't know,
I don't
but
think that's gonna happen,
yeah,
but it
I don't
might.
know. Brock Lesnar,
Isn't Lashley and Lesnar gonna be at Elimination Chamber?
yeah, I don't know what's going on. I was surprised. I thought
Maybe
it
it
would be
is. Maybe it
Mania.
is Gunther and Lesnar. There
Could you
was a bit of a tease at Royal Rumble
could you imagine Brock Lesnar challenging for the Intercontinental Championship?
and winning part-time mid-card championship.
Brock Lesnar and mid-card title have never been a thing.
Oh, that'd be funny. But where would you put Austin Theory at?
I'm gonna I'm gonna play it a little bit safe knowing the other champions. I'm gonna put him at 7.
I was thinking the same thing.
Amazing.
7.
Wow.
Great. We didn't
High
have to.
five.
Oh,
Amazing. We missed.
I'm irritated with Austin Theory.
All right. I was actually a big fan of the selfie gimmick, and I remember him like beating the shit out of Jeff Hardy, and then just like taking a selfie with his like lifeless corpse in the ring. So Austin Theory, obviously, a lot of people were not a fan of when Vince McMahon was just like pushing Austin Theory, and before he was gonna leave, they just gave him the Money in the Bank. I don't think him winning the Money in the Bank was the right move, but I'm happy Theory's getting some good stuff done right now.
So this is the pick I'm thinking about. My debatably number 2 pick. The Usos.
You were so right. You were so
Yeah.
right.
The Usos.
I'm so glad we kind of pushed Gunther back to 3
The
because the Usos are on the
They're a whole new level. You want to talk about God mode, Roman Reigns? Usos are in God mode. I haven't cared this much about WWE tag team in so long.
that freaking promo they did against the Judgment Day where they were just listing the teams they beat. I was really thought about it. I was like,
They
this is
really?
this is such an elite tag team,
Yeah.
and the matches they put on a bang. They call it Sheamus like the and Drew McIntyre the Banger Bros.
The
That's
Booger
the
Bros.
Usos, man. The Usos.
Oh
They
yeah.
they won the SmackDown titles by beating Ray and Dominic Mysterio. That's how long ago that was when they were a
Oh
tag
my
team.
god. That was literally right after the Thunderdome thing.
Yeah.
That was the first live audience with
SmackDown. Yeah, I was at that SmackDown.
no, when it was at Money in the Bank kickoff.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that SmackDown was Edge and the Mysterios versus Roman
Oh
Reigns and the
yeah, yeah.
Usos.
But oh dude, the Usos,
Oh
man.
my god. That match they had with the Street Profits.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I mean, they had their stinkers too, like with Rick Boogs and Nakamura. That wasn't their fault,
Yeah, I mean, Rick
but
Boogs kinda just, like, died on the spot
died,
at
yeah.
Mania.
But the Usos amazing on the mic. Again, we're going back to that whole bloodline, um, especially with Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, that whole storyline.
The
As
they've added layers to them. They're complex characters now.
because you used to think Jay and Jimmy's the same person, but they're
Yeah.
so different.
They're not just twins anymore.
No, main event Jey Uso, the right hand man, and Jimmy Uso's like a
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. I think Jimmy's just out there getting DUIs.
Yeah.
I love Jay though. I love that match Jay and Roman had at Hell in a Cell, but I'm so glad they came back together as a tag team. I was a little worried for Jay when they came back as a tag team. I was like, oh, he had the big push, and now he's gonna
Yeah,
be brought back.
but
But
nah,
no,
it's great.
I was wrong.
You know what I love? I love that Roman Reigns, the Usos versus Drew McIntyre and RK Bro. That was a match.
What a match!
That was
What a
a
even
match.
actually Raw after Mania, I thought it was such a great match. It was RK Bro and Finn Balor versus Theory and the Usos,
God, it's so weird. Think about it. That
right?
feels so long ago.
And it was an awesome match. I think our freaking Randy Orton has become the king of the hot tag. When there's a
Yeah.
hot tag, Randy Orton just goes off.
This goes off with the fucking sideways slams or whatever they're
Yeah,
called.
the power slam, the scoop
Power
power
slam,
slam.
power slam, power slam.
Damn, the Usos have been putting on such amazing matches, and they've been doing it on like a weekly basis. They wrestle the most matches. They just wrestle
Yeah.
all the time.
And they're amazing on the mic.
Yeah,
Amazing. And
especially Jay,
very underrated.
super.
I'd say no, a bit underrated on the mic, I'd say.
Oh, for sure. And I think they're finally have the spot now when we talk about the greatest tag teams of all time.
They're
You
on
have
it.
to talk about the Usos,
They won number 1 for best PWI, best tag team for top 50.
ooh.
That deserved.
So
And again, I mean, I was kinda like, the moment they won both championships and held it until December, that's when we knew they were GOATs.
Yeah.
I mean, God, man, there was a point where you had 2 of the best tag teams, RK Bro and the Usos holding both championships, and tag team division seemed pretty well in hands,
Yeah.
and
Now the tag team division is even, like, exploding even more. Like,
yeah.
Alpha Academy's on a roll. Sir Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander are back,
Oh,
you know?
man. Usos number 2.
Number 2.
Oh my god. Entertain with more Usos. So close to me now.
I'm so glad the Uso Penitentiary idea is back. Obviously, they locked down Judgment Day. Sami Zayn filled in for Jimmy Uso the last match they had, which was pretty awesome. Obviously,
My
Sami Zayn
cap
is,
fell again.
keeps dropping the damn cap. Yeah, but Uso's number 2 on the list. What's the list looking like now?
Well, now we have
We
the
we have our top 3 locked down.
top 3 for WWE. A bunch of AEW fans are gonna hate that.
I mean,
But suck my
we
butt.
we all know AEW's kind of like fallen down as of recently. They're not performing on
Oh,
the
that's
same
a
level.
hot take.
I
Tony Khan's gonna sue us.
you know, Tony Khan's like a brother to me.
But we have number 1 Roman, number 2 Usos, number 3 Gunther, number 7 Austin Theory, 11 Bianca Belair, 15 Charlotte Flair.
Wow. This is a pretty awesome list so far.
I'm digging
I'm
it.
digging it.
Now we have the last championship in the main roster, women's tag team championship, Damage Control.
This is
Sad.
quite sad because the women's tag team division is not really a thing.
It sucks because they have so much potential. Damage Control when they first started had so much potential when they debuted, and it just they haven't been doing anything with them. And I mean, I get there's a lack of screen time, there's a lack of women's tag teams. Remove the women's tag team championships for a mid card
Exactly.
championship,
We need a women's
or
mid card championship.
and because there's more factions, more reason to have like a trios 6-man championship than a fucking women's tag team championship in a division with only like 2 women's tag teams.
For sure.
And it's every time with the women's tag team storylines.
Yeah.
They just bring together random wrestlers who
So
have nothing to do and with no chemistry, no connection, and they win the championship. Damage Control is a great team, a great faction. They have so much potential, and or for a bit, one of my favorites. Favorite thing about the women's division and Raw. Now they
yeah.
suck.
Yeah,
And-
they're just kind of being like lackeys to Bailey, and we all remember that they lost the titles to Asuka and Alexa, and then won it back like 2 days later. The
yeah,
championship does not matter,
it doesn't.
and it's always like tag team division. Who can we put Natalia with this time? They put him with Shayna Baszler, put her with Tamina, put her with
Uh,
anyone. You know?
it's sad, and
Yeah,
I mean, if you don't have space and you don't have time, if you don't have enough wrestlers to have a women's tag team division, that's perfectly fine. Just don't have the championship. That's like having the internet championship be an official championship when the only internet guys you have is like Zack Ryder.
for sure. And you know what this championship makes me miss though?
Hmm.
The Iconics. I miss the
They would
Iconics
have been
so
so
much, bro.
perfect for
The
this. I mean, they
Iconics.
won it once. I know
Yeah, they
that.
won at Mania. And they were awesome. I miss the Iconics wholeheartedly. And I know they're both, I think, retired from wrestling now.
Are they? I thought
Yeah,
they were
they
in
retired.
TNA.
No, they left. They retired.
Oh, I
They
did
were
not
the
know that.
inspiration in Impact, but
Journalism 101.
yeah. So where are we putting Damage Control on this list? Because
Oh, that's tough. Because I don't know if I should put. We talked better about Charlotte.
is this worse about Charlotte Flair's? Is this worse than Charlotte Flair's reign, or is it better? In my opinion, it's a little bit lower. I would say 16 or 17.
I mean, I'm really indecisive between 14 or 16 because
16 in my opinion.
I feel like it's such in the same reign, and I feel like it started off good. Like it started off all right. Like okay, cool. Damage control is awesome, but
I don't know, because if you think about it like this, who do you feel better about as a champion right now? Charlotte Flair or Damage
okay,
Control?
we're doing damage control 16 for now.
Damage Control 16. Uh,
About damage control. Why do you like them? Why do you hate them?
well, Damage Control, I think, had one of the best debuts of 2022. Obviously, coming back at SummerSlam, Dakota Kai, who got fired from WWE, and then Io Shirai, who came back as Io Sky. In my opinion, one of the best theme songs in WWE. I love her music, and she's one of the best in-ring performers. Obviously, the genius of the sky.
Well, We have number 1, Roman Reigns, number 2, Usos, number 3, number 7, Austin Theory, number 11, Bianca Belair, number 15, John Cena, number 16, Damage Control.
Yes.
I feel like number 16 is really a bit too big and it's kind of covering up number 17. But
Don't worry.
whatever, it's not like anyone at home kind of sees the screen because the fucking whiteboard sucks and the markers suck. But anyways, let's look at our NXT champions. Oh my god, we're gonna start off with Braun
Yes.
Breaker.
NXT is interesting. Obviously, like we mentioned before, Vengeance Day just happened. Some new champions, some retained. Braun Breaker did retain against Grayson Waller. What do you think of Braun Breaker's reign so far?
Now I'm gonna be for real with you. I don't watch NXT as much as I used to. Ever since the 2.0 thing happened, but I
I love
do,
2.0.
I do keep in touch. I don't love 2.0, but the in-ring work is definitely something not to speak low of. It's great. There's a bunch of innovative moves there, and Braun Breaker is one of those big stars, especially. And I feel like his reign, I mean, isn't. I'm very indifferent about it. I feel like I'm on the same level of it as Bianca. Like I don't dislike it incredibly, but I don't know. I just feel like I am getting a little bit tired of it. I really thought Grayson Waller was going to take it, and I really thought when Grayson Waller was going to take it, it was going to be cool. Um,
There's definitely moments where I thought he was gonna lose it. You know, I
yeah,
thought Tyler Bate was gonna take
Tyler
it off him.
Bate.
Obviously he had Apollo Crews challenge him. So there's big matches, but like Jake said, like it's getting a little stale. Um, I like I like him, but honestly, I feel like he gets carried in his matches. You watch
Mm,
a match like Braun Breakers versus Santos Escobar, and you clearly see that it's literally just offense Santos the whole time. Uh,
he's
Braun Breaker lands a couple big moves, and then we're done.
he's one of those guys where it's like he's a good character. He's a good showman.
He's fun.
He's a good sports entertainer. But he's which I mean, I guess I mean, personally for me, I'd put him right above Bianca Belair at number 10.
I'm in agreement.
I feel like that's fair. Cuz his well,
His matches with
actually
Ciampa were bangers. Also with Ziggler, that was fun.
number 12. Because the reason why I say that is I'm thinking of Bianca and Becky. And those are match of the
Oh, you know
years.
what? I actually that's fair enough.
And Braun Breaker, like he has great matches, but I feel like none of them even reaches top 10 best of like 2022, 2021. Like I mean, they are really good matches,
Yeah.
but with the amount of matches that happened last year, AEW, WWE, NXT,
Yeah, go let's 12 is fine.
12.
And speaking about NXT 2.0, the reason I liked it so much is all the character work that got added to it. All these new people, Chase University, um, obviously NXT UK ending and all these guys coming over, guys and gals, I think is really awesome. Toxic Attraction. Honestly, I wish Mandy was still NXT Women's Champion because she would probably be in the top 10 if she was.
Maybe top 5.
Maybe top 5. But now we got, I think,
Now, but then she found out.
Roxanne Perez.
Then she had OnlyFans and then got fired.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Unfortunate. God, I mean, as a researcher, I had to see for myself.
All right.
I'm kidding. But
I think Roxanne Perez is next, though.
Roxanne Perez is next. What do you think about Roxanne
I
Perez?
like Roxanne Perez. I don't like the finisher. Pop rocks.
Mm,
Just a sunset flip.
yeah, I don't really like Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne Perez is great.
Okay, I like her
Houston,
in.
Texas
Well,
girl.
I like her in ring work. I feel like she's boring.
I don't think she's. I think it's such a short reign so far. We haven't really seen
That's
much.
true.
But she had a decent match. Obviously like a couple days ago against Toxic Attraction.
Yeah.
In the triple threat match. Um,
Again, it's one of those things where I mean, must admit I don't watch too much NXT, so I don't have the biggest opinion on her.
Actually, I will say though, like, her rivalry with personally my one of my favorite superstars at NXT, Cora Jade.
Hmm.
Amazing, amazing work in ring. I wish Cora Jade was the NXT Women's Champion. But Roxanne Perez she's great. She's not gonna make the top 10 for me though. You know.
Okay. I'll
Uh,
let you pick where to put her because honestly, I don't have. I yeah, I don't really
I think I have
pay
her
much
spot
attention.
already in my head. I think it's 14 because her
Mm.
reign is better than Charlotte's in my opinion. She's not worse than Damage Control, and she's not better than Bianca. So I think 14
Okay.
fits perfectly for her.
Entertain them with Roxanne Perez.
I don't really have much to say about Roxanne Perez, to be honest. She made an appearance at the Rumble, which was awesome. The NXT Women's Champion coming into the Rumble. I love when they do stuff like that, where a world champion from NXT enters the Rumble and they make an impact. She was going off. She landed pop rocks. Everyone was going insane. It was in San Antonio, Texas, and I believe she trained in Houston, Booker T Wrestling School.
Reality of
Reality of
wrestling.
Wrestling. Obviously Booker T, a commentator now, and NXT is a little biased in the commentary with her. This next tag team though, what do you
Well,
think of 'em?
oh shit, are we doing tag team?
Is that the next
The
champion?
next one is NXT North American.
Sorry, never mind.
Spoiling it,
Oh,
man.
my boy Wesley.
I actually love Wesley.
This reign he has is awesome. They
It's
put on
fire.
match of the night with him versus Dijak.
Dijak. Oh my. Okay, so I don't watch much NXT. I saw that Dijak match.
Banger.
It that carried the whole show. And here's the deal. I feel like such high expectations were for that whole show, and the show seemed pretty all right mid after the Dijak v Wesley when it opened because that match was incredible. That was a fun
It
match.
really made me realize what a shame it was that this boy Dijak was behind a mask and was called T-Bar.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was in war game matches, man.
He
He
was
was
having
cold.
bangers with Keith
Yeah.
Lee,
Even in
but
the indies, he was having bangers with
yeah,
Keith Lee.
but this dude Wesley, we all thought he was gonna get trashed after his tag team partner and
And he was for a little
MGK
bit.
was, you know, we didn't expect anything big to happen for him, but him as NXT North American
Man,
champion, I think he's the one who ended Carmelo Hayes' like
yeah.
legendary North
See,
American
that was one
championship
of the
reign.
things, like, mentioning earlier how it's such a big moment that he won because he was such an underdog. It's an
Yeah,
underdog story, but then you gotta make something after you win the championship, and he made something out of the championship. He's someone who I believe is definitely top 10. I would say ooh.
I would put him at 10. I don't know about you because I don't know.
Hmm.
Thinking about everyone else in mind, I really like the other people we're about to talk about. When we go to AEW, the,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna put him at actually I don't mind 9 as a spot either.
Not yeah. Here's the deal. I mean, we can always change this. I just feel like I feel like he's a little better than Austin Theory.
I don't think yet, man. I just don't think he's had the time to
I,
develop. I think
I
after the
guess
Dijak match, I think he just needs a little bit more matches to
they
put himself
won the
on there.
match. They won the championship around the same time, and then they or maybe Wesley a little earlier.
I think it kind of means more that Theory's on the main roster though. But good thing about the guys he's feeding with: Seth Rollins,
Yeah,
Bobby Lashley.
I don't know. I just feel like Wesley's.
How about 8? How do you feel about 8?
I'll do 9. I'll do 9.
You were just gonna put him above Austin Theory.
Nah, but I might put Austin Theory under at the end. Maybe. Maybe he'll be 19.
Hey, no way, no way.
Not as good as Damage Control. I'm just gonna point out. I hope these guys aren't looking at us right now.
Oh yeah,
Behind the scenes.
we are recording here in a undisclosed location, and there's a room with windows, and people can be watching us. But Wesley, he's dope.
Number 9. There's this guy that stared at me like straight up eye to eye at this window. I'm
He's
getting
like, man,
scared.
y'all look dumb.
Yeah, you look like a bunch of fucking nerds. But anyways, number 1 Roman Reigns, number 2 Usos, number 3 Gunther, number 7 Austin Theory, number 9 was blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Gallus.
Now we can talk about Gallus. I freaking love Gallus.
Hear me out. I don't know much about Gallus.
Oh, they're from NXT
Educate me.
UK. They did a banger job on NXT UK, tearing up the scene with. Oh wait, can I just say this by the way? NXT UK Tag Team Championships before they were deactivated. My favorite belt. My
Mm,
absolute favorite belt.
just like design wise.
Design wise, it's the most beautiful looking belt in my opinion. I wish all belts look like that.
Mm.
Gallus is dope. They're from the UK. They have really strong accents. You can barely understand a word they say.
I'm Gallus. This is
So they just won the championship a couple days ago at Vengeance Day. There's a fatal 4-way tag team match with Chase U, The New Day, Pretty Reckless, and Gallus.
oh, they beat the New Day, didn't they? Yeah.
They pinned Pretty Reckless.
Yeah. In that match. Yeah.
Yeah. So New Day no longer NXT champions. I think they're finally coming back to main roster. This is a cool tag team. This is a good tag team. Not a lot of airtime yet. Obviously, just won the championship, so I'm not gonna put them very high on the list.
I feel like since they just won, and I feel like they should definitely be in the bottom.
I think this is this. for me, because also we're gonna talk about right after I believe the women's tag team championship. I think they're better than Gallus, so I'm might even put them at 19.
Really?
Yeah, I like Gallus though, but there's think about all champions around. They just won it. They haven't done anything yet, and they haven't done much in NXT. Obviously, NXT UK is a different story, but I don't really watch a lot of NXT UK, so I'm gonna put
I didn't watch NXT UK unless it was the World Championship
yeah.
with Walter.
I watched NXT UK for honestly the women's wrestling.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like Mako Satomura,
yeah.
who just made her appearance on NXT, I believe, the other day.
I love those Gunther, Ilja,
Yeah,
what's his name?
Dragonovich
Dragonoff. Yeah. Oh,
or
those.
yeah, Drag. Oh yeah, isn't it crazy though that everyone complained about the name change for Gunther to Walter, but no one calls him Walter anymore. Everyone
I
calls him
know.
Gunther.
I know. I feel like we just got so used to it. I
Yeah,
guess.
so it's like
I
we
just like to
got it.
point out that all of Imperium has the most basic ass European names.
Yeah,
Like,
Ludwig Kaiser.
oh my god, they just looked up German names on Google
Yeah,
or Italian names. Fucking
G,
Giovanni Vinci.
yeah. I liked his character in NXT though. He was like this, like just wearing Gucci all the time,
That
just
lasts like a
wearing it.
month.
Yeah, I mean, main roster call up, good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we put
Okay.
Gallus number 19. We love him, but you're at the bottom.
Number one, number right, number two, so number three, good third, number last theory, number nine, first lead, back, Gallus, and then we go.
Gallus. That was
Then
the most like understandable thing you said.
and then we got the women's NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. Fallon Henley and Kiana James. Educate me.
Okay. These two are really interesting because one's kind of a face and one's kind of a heel, but they're champions. They're working together. I believe one of them cheated to win the titles, and the other
Cheat on their boyfriend.
yeah, she's also cheating on her boyfriend. That's a great storyline. And you just threw like a surprise party for her and shit.
Yeah.
This is like happening yesterday. um, Fallon Henley is super talented. I love her, but again, just won the championships and hadn't had a lot of screen time on NXT. I liked who they beat for the tag titles, though. Katana Chance and
Oh
Kaden
yeah.
Carter. They've been in NXT forever. I think my voice
I
just
love
cracked.
Katana Chance or Casey.
Yeah,
That's whatever.
I like her new
I
her
first
new
saw
name.
her as yeah. I first saw her as in the Royal Rumble that one time.
Yeah,
And
2019, right?
I built built up the biggest crush on her. And thought
We
she
used to
was
date Ricochet.
oh my god, and that no wonder she's so good athletically. Cause no, not like that, but I mean she's a really good athlete. You know, she like
I'm sure Ricochet can attest to that.
she was she impressed me. Not only yeah. Just
All right. I would put them at 18.
great to know. Okay, Fallon Henley and Kiana James, entertain them.
Okay. So uh, this girl Kiana James, she out here cheating on her boyfriend. The country dudes forgot their names, but Fallon Henley is trying to get Kiana James to finally admit it to her boyfriend. I feel for that man. He's getting his heart played with, and he's getting his heart played with by a champion now. So good for him.
Sometimes wrestling can just be
Amazing.
soap opery, so it's awesome. Number one, number two, number three, awesome theory, wrestling,
So
reactive below, breaker, separation, control, Fallon Henley, and Kiana James, and then Gallus, number 19.
we have the first three filled out, and we have the bottom two filled out.
I know it doesn't look like it from here, but yeah, 17 is not filled out, and actually you probably can't see. It
Yeah,
doesn't
you can't
matter.
see it
And
anyway,
if you're
so
in
don't worry.
Spotify, you definitely can't fucking
I
see.
think now we're moving to
We
AEW.
are. Oh my
Ooh,
god. Those
sad
look-
the 24/7 championship's not able to be here. Last
yeah.
champion Nikki Cross.
Threw that shit in the trash where it
She missed too.
belonged. She missed the
It, like
trash
fell out.
too. Yeah.
Kind
Hey,
of very telling of the reigns.
hey,
But shout out my favorite 24/7 champion, Kelly.
Gilly. Man, I wish Santino won that at least once. That would have been
For
fun.
real. It would be perfect with Archer.
Man, well, I'll tell you what. We're gonna talk about MJF as AEW World Champion.
I'm the only one who's very underwhelmed with this reign.
Yes, I'm very underwhelmed as well.
I love the first match with Ricky Starks. He's kind of doing his thing with Brian Danielson right now, but I really just don't care.
It's hard to care,
Yeah,
and it's a shame. I
because
mean,
Brian MJF's gonna win, and Brian Danielson's obviously this elite talent, but I felt like they should have saved it for later. Well, how do you feel about it?
I try to watch AEW as much as I can, and I've been trying to look, you know it's tough when someone who watches AEW time and time, don't care about the world championship scene as much as other scenes or, and we're gonna talk about one of the championship scenes I seem to love. But, personally for me, I'm not a huge fan of this whole MJF world champ. I'm not gonna say this Bryan Danielson MJF thing is not gonna come out with a banger match. It's gonna come out with a banger
It's gonna be a good
match.
match.
But, it's just hard to care about the storyline. And it's hard to care about or maybe I mean, again, I'm not a diehard AEW fan. I don't watch as much as WWE. I will admit that. I watch it more than NXT, but not WWE main roster. And yeah, I mean, MJF, let's just put it like this. I'd probably put him at number 10. He's down the middle.
I was either thinking 8 or 10, and so I think 10 is a fair spot, and that really sucks as a world champion, you know?
Yeah, it does. And I mean,
When a guy like Austin Theory is better than you right now.
when a guy like Wesley's very
Shout out Wesley.
but MJF is still a killer on the mic. He's
He
still
claims to be like Piper in Portland.
yeah, Piper in Portland. He's still the MJF we know and love, but
Yeah, and I think me and Jake were talking a little bit about this before the podcast. I just feel like with the popularity WWE is having right now, especially with the Clash of the Castle to Royal Rumble, I feel like a little bit of the attention's been taken away from AEW,
yeah,
especially from MJF's reign.
I mean during the whole middle of 2022, beginning of 2022, AEW was more of the intriguing product. Because I mean, I rather have watched AEW during that time. I watched WWE still, of course, but AEW was better quality wise. But
For sure.
yeah, MJF number 10.
Now, MJF's whole debacle with CM Punk, coming back to confront CM Punk and then CM Punk doing what CM Punk does.
That missed out on such an incredible story.
Yeah, we,
Uh
we really missed out,
that could have changed MJF's ranking from 10 to like 5, honestly.
honestly. But he
Or
might even put him in the top 3.
or maybe CM Punk would have still won. I don't know.
Ooh, I doubt it,
Probably
but
not,
yeah,
but who knows?
yeah.
Who knows? Because CM Punk was a dick. Um, um,
This next champion, though,
Jamie Hayter.
I
Actually,
love Jamie Hayter.
tell me more about Jamie Hayter.
She's like, in my opinion, like the queen of British indies.
Mm.
And I know that's a bold thing to say, knowing all the great female wrestlers who come out of the British Isles. But right now, she's having a cool reign. She won it recently off Tony Storm, who who had the interim title. Thunder Rosa, are you coming back? I don't know. Um, but Jamie Hayter's awesome. She's about to have a banger of a match, I believe, tonight against the Bunny, and I predict her to win that
Bad
one.
Bunny.
I wish. Could you imagine? But Jamie Hayter's dope. She's an awesome wrestler. She has awesome ring gear. She has awesome music. She's a awesome promo. I love that Britt Baker be ringside holding the Haterade sign, Jamie Haterade. So she's making her opponents drink the Haterade right now, and she's one of my favorite champions in wrestling. And I would personally put her at 6.
6. I can agree with that. I mean, I don't know much about Jamie Hayter either. I've seen her matches, I've seen her promos time to time, and they're pretty good. I believe you when I think she's better than Austin Theory. I
For
believe
sure.
that.
I think we're about to see Jamie Hayter versus Saraya too. You know?
Yeah.
So I expect big things. Um Jamie Hayter is so dope. If you look at the Wrestless podcast Instagram, we only follow 2 wrestling superstars, and one of them is JD McDonough, and one of them is Jamie Hayter.
Well,
That's really odd.
well, I mean, I'm not the one that picked the followings.
Yeah, I was just kind of
So,
on there, and I saw Jamie Hayter Instagram post, followed her. Saw JD McDonough. I love JD McDonough. Followed him.
Yeah. Well, anyways, the Roman Reigns, Usos going through Jamie Hayter, Austin Theory, Wesley, MJF, Bianca Belair, Braun Breaker, Roxanne Perez, Josh Flair, Damage Control, Valentine, and Gallus. It's
What would
the
if you saw this list so far 6 months ago, you probably would have been like, "What the fuck?"
It would have been like fucking
MJF is 10. Charlotte Flair's champion. She's back.
Carlos Blair.
Who's Roxanne Perez?
Why isn't Mandy Rose on here? Yeah. Well, let's see who we have next. We need a scurry because I think someone else is booking this room. That's some
I think
behind
we
the
have 15
scenes
minutes.
in this undisclosed location.
Okay,
We're
Let's
speed
talk
run. Jay Cargill.
amazing. 5. She's 50-0. She's having
Yeah,
an amazing run,
I actually
and I'm
agree.
actually not tired of it. Although I am wondering who the hell is gonna be here. In my opinion, I would say Britt Baker or Jamie
Yeah,
Hayter. I
yeah.
think Jamie Hayter might lose the title, move down
Um,
TBS. She needs to lose the title eventually, but she's awesome. Her in-ring ability was kind of questioned at first. She made her debut with Shaquille O'Neal. Um,
yeah,
and I think she's doing cool things. I love
yeah.
all her gear she comes out to, and
She was a bit. I feel like
sloppy, right?
she was a bit stale. Couldn't wrestle. She's definitely getting better. I'm appreciating this undefeated streak.
I don't like the baddie section though.
uh,
With Kiera Hogan, I don't think. Yeah, Kiera Hogan, and I don't think Red Velvet's part of that anymore. I think she
yeah.
just beat Red Velvet to become 50-0. But shout out Jade Cargo. She's awesome. She she has like a PhD, and she has like
And
a
kicking, yeah.
and she has a child, and she's just kicking ass. Shout out to Jade Cargill. She's amazing.
You definitely can't see that or anything up here. But
Who's
anyways,
who's next?
number one, Roman Reigns, Usos, Gunther, Jay Cargill, Jamie Hayter, Austin Theory, Wesley, MJF, Bianca Belair, Braun Baker, Brock, St. Perez, Charlotte Flair, Damage Control, Fallon Henley, and Keanu James and Gallus is the order that we have so far. And we still have number 4 open, number 8 open, number 13, and number 17 open.
I kind of have an idea who number 4 is in my mind. I
Well,
hope we agree on it.
be quiet because it's the Acclaimed as the AEW World Tag Team Champions. That changes a lot. I love the Acclaimed. Everyone loves the Acclaim.
Acclaimed is number 4 in my opinion.
Yeah, I
Because
was thinking the same thing. The best thing AEW has going on right now.
Scissor Me, Daddy, Ass.
Oh my god,
I love the Acclaimed. Everyone loves the Acclaimed. You
Everyone
like
loves
the Acclaimed? You
No,
love them?
you love them.
And if you don't love the Acclaimed, never mind. I was gonna say kill yourself, but probably don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that, please. We're not held responsible.
Okay, sue.
Yeah. But yeah, the Acclaimed. Wow,
Joe, put on a banger of a match against Swerve and Keith Lee.
all of them were bangers, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love Billy Gunn is with
Scissor me, daddy
and
ass.
tonight the Acclaim put the titles on the line against the Gun Club. I really hope the Acclaim retain, and I really do
I
think
bet
they
you
will.
when we release this, a bunch of champions are gonna change.
No, I don't. I think all champions will retain
I
tonight.
hope so. But yeah, Acclaim number 4, I agree. The first, I believe, AEW built tag team to win a championship. It or the tag team championship. I love that. I love the Acclaim. Number 4.
Scissor Me.
The Acclaim. Rap for them.
So the Acclaim, the one complaint I do have about the Acclaimed is too many WWE references in the rap. There's too often. I think they shine on their own. They don't need to keep mentioning WWE. You know, it's cheap heat.
I just feel like I do agree. Recently, the raps, not even just WWE, but they're just a bit of cheap heat in general.
Yeah,
You know, I
but they're
mean,
awesome.
I
We love them.
we love them
Who's
still.
next?
Let's see, and let me see. Samoa Joe, TNT champion.
13.
Yeah,
I don't like what they're doing with the TNT Championship, just passing it around.
yeah.
You know?
Because he just beat Darby Allin, right?
Yeah, and Darby Allin just beat like Samoa Joe.
Honestly, 17. Yeah, I mean, you can't cheat.
17. You know what? I'm trying to remember the rest of the
Because
champions.
also you gotta think about it. He just beat Darby Allin like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh,
There is I mean, we
Y-
could always change this up
Wardlow's
too.
back too.
Huh?
Wardlow's back now
Yeah.
to that rivalry. I actually don't care for that rivalry, Samoa Joe Wardlow. I didn't care about Ward Joe either as a tag team.
The TNT championship kind of blows. And yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
That thing gets passed around so much. You know what? 17 it is.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Oh man, why do you love Samoa Joe? Do you miss him?
I love Samoa Joe. I wish he knew Triple H was coming back because I know they have a great relationship. He'd probably be like one of the world championship contenders right now on the main roster if he stayed with WWE. But you can't blame him for leaving. You know.
Oh, it's time. It's Roman Reigns number 1. So, Acclaim, Jake Cargill, Jimmy Hayter, Austin Theory, Wesley, MJF, Young Roller, Braun Baker, Roxanne Perez, John Flair, Damage Control, Samoa Joe, Philip, Fallon, Henley, Johnny James, and
We gotta
Gallus.
hurry this up. We got 9 minutes.
We got 9 minutes before they
We gotta
kick
pack
us
everything
out.
up.
We're not even supposed to be allowed in
I
this
can't get hit
room.
with the late fee.
Orange Cassidy, All
Right.
Atlantic.
13, number 13.
Number 13.
All Atlantic Championship is interesting. It's a good mid card title. I like what Orange Cassidy is doing with it. I like the prospects of another mid card title in AEW. Definitely shows it's growing. But they gotta do something interesting with it because right now I don't care.
boring. I don't care.
I don't care about Orange Cassidy.
But you know what I do care about? I care about number 8, who is the Elite.
Kenny Omega came back from being bit. That man was bitten, and he's back with the Young Bucks. I think the Young Bucks are a little bit overrated in my opinion, but I actually do enjoy their matches.
Okay, so okay,
My mom's calling
let
me.
me tell you. Oh, his mom's calling him.
I'm not gonna pick it up.
Hi, mom. Yeah.
I'm such a badass.
Here's our top 19 before we start editing it. Number 19, it's Gallus, the
Woo!
NXT Tag Team Champions. Number 18, it's Fallon Henley and Kiana James, the NXT Tag Team Champions for Women's. For 17, it's Samoa Joe, the AEW TNT
Sad.
Championship. Number 16, it's Damage Control, the Women's WWE Championship. Tag Team Championship. Number 15 is the WWE SmackDown Women's Champions Charlotte Flair. Number 14 is the NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez. Number 13 is the All Atlantic AEW Champion Orange Cassidy. Number 12 is the NXT Champion, the lowest world champion we have here, Braun Breaker. Number 11 is Bianca Belair, the Raw Women's Championship. Now we're going halfway to the half better part of this whole entire list.
The top
Number
10.
10, MJF, the AEW World Champion. Number 9, the NXT North American Champion, Wesley. Number 8, the AEW the Trios Champion, the Elite. Number 7, Austin Theory, the United States Champion. Number 6, Jamie Hayter, the AEW Women's Champion.
Drinking that haterade.
Number 5, the AEW
TBS champion.
TBS champion. Number 4, the Acclaim, top of the game. Yeah, you know. Number 3, their tag team champions AEW. Number 3, Gunther, the
Gunther.
Intercontinental champion in
Banger.
WWE. Number 2, the Usos.
Welcome to the Uso
Penitentiary. Raw and SmackDown undisputed tag team champion. Number 1, the undisputed world champion, Sami Zayn.
Hopefully.
Or Cody Rhodes.
Or Cody Rhodes.
Roman Reigns.
Or maybe it's Roman Reigns because he's not. Him and the Usos are not the twos. They are the ones.
The ones. And I'll tell you what, now we have to edit this thing in like 6 minutes. Let's do this.
Okay.
Okay. So
Who are we moving around?
I agree with this. I wonder if you guys can hear me. Just tell them what I say. I agree with Roman.
He agrees with Roman Reigns as number 1, as do I.
Usos number 2.
I also agree with that.
I agree with Gunther number 3.
I agree with that.
This
Now
one
maybe
is
we can
pretty
move that
fun.
around.
Okay, now 4.
I actually like that, to be honest.
The Acclaimed.
Well, at the 4th best champion in all of wrestling,
We might have to switch Cargill with Acclaimed.
I'm cool with that. I was gonna say that, but I felt like you wouldn't agree.
I don't really agree with it, but at the same time.
Are you doing it? Are you doing it?
At the same time, you know.
Okay, we're moving Jade Cargill from number 5 to 4, and the Acclaim from number 4 to number 5. Yes, that's right. We love the Acclaim, but we also love Jade Cargill. She is jacked.
She's all right. Number 6, Jamie Hayter. Well, now I'm beginning to.
All right, now maybe. All right, I like Jamie Hayter better than Jade Cargill,
Well, yeah, that's
and I'm
true.
drinking that haterade. So
But how long has Hayter been champion?
a month,
Oh,
month and a half. I don't know.
I think the Elite's better than Austin Theory.
They had the best of 7 matches, but outside of that, like, no, I like Austin Theory's reign better.
What?
Yeah.
The Elite's better, man.
All right, outside of the Death Triangle matches, what are your favorite matches of the Elite with the championships?
Good point.
Exactly.
But you know, I don't.
In my opinion, we should keep Austin Theory above the Elite.
I don't know. I mean, I think.
They're the EVPs of the company. They book themselves. Of course, they're the champions.
They got attacked by their own employees.
Of course, they're the champions.
They got attacked. They beat up their employees' dogs.
I wish Death Triangle was still champions.
Number 9, Wesley. Ooh, that.
All right, I think we should switch him with MJF
I don't know, man.
because I like his reign, but similarly, he's not been champion for. I mean, outside of the Dijak matches and the Carmelo Hayes match, I don't know. I think MJF is he's the world champion. He had a banger with Ricky Starks.
But I feel like MJF's world championship reign. I mean, compared to who's
You know what?
John Moxley's was better.
You know what? You let me have Austin Theory over the Elite. I'll let you take your pick with this one.
We'll keep Wesley there.
Wesley stays at number 9, and MJF stays at number
A lot
10.
of hate, a lot of heat. Bianca Belair number 11. But I agree. She's better.
I agree. Yep, Braun Breaker's cool, but they have similar reigns.
I think that Bianca's better than MJF.
I also agree with that.
Actually.
Bianca switching with MJF, possibly?
Yeah.
It is. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Bianca Belair is going to number 10 and MJF to number 11. And Jake, maybe we should hurry this up.
Oh my God. Is there anyone waiting
No, there's no one waiting, but I can't get hit with that late charge.
Oh my God, Braun Breaker number 12. I agree with that. Orange Cassidy number 13. Oh man, that's a little too high.
I would put Charlotte over Orange Cassidy. Like, I would actually put Charlotte. I would switch the.
Oh,
Should we do
man.
it? Should we do it? We're not.
This looks fine. Now we're going to talk about the number one, Roman Reigns, Usos, Gunther, or number two, Usos, number three, Gunther, number four, Jake Cargill, number five, The Acclaim, number six, Jamie Hayter, number seven, Austin Theory, number eight, The Elite, number nine, Wesley, number 10, Bianca Belair, number 11, MJF, number 12, Braun Breaker, number 13, Orange Cassidy. This is all going to be edited in, by the way. Number 14, Roxanne Perez, number 15, Charlotte Flair, number 16, Never Control, number 17, Savage Joe. Samoa Joe, number 18, Fallon Henley and Keanu James, number 119, Gallus. Be restless.
Stay restless.
That's the end of that
Goddamn.
podcast.